Well, welcome everybody. Here we are, once again in our beloved Cessna Citation Longitude. Look at that beauty. Ah. But the question is, where are we? Well, we took off from Tampa, where we landed the day before yesterday. And I couldn't fly yesterday. I was busy with stuff. But we took off from Tampa 58 minutes and 39 seconds ago, bound for, wait for it, Huntsville, Alabama. 470 nautical mile flight. Look. Probably going to be about an hour and 20 minutes.
Descend and maintain 16,000 feet, Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
You may notice ATC is back. It's working for now. We are, so as long as it behaves, I let it stay in the flight. But if it starts acting up, like not speaking to me, then I just turn it off. But right now it's working, so. We're 70 miles out. We're at 21,300 feet. That's perfect. So that's always encouraging when ATC gives you descent instructions that are consistent with what you would expect realistically. That's just been an ongoing problem in this sim. And it's very spotty. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Other times it does. But when it does happen, the problem that is, it's very annoying because, you know, I mean, what... It ruins it when you're waiting to be told to descend in 35,000 feet or whatever, and you're 2 miles from the airport and they still haven't told you to descend. I mean, and then they finally do. When you're, you know, just 5 or 6 miles from the airport, it's stupid. It's stupid. I mean, the only way I could descend that fast would basically be by jumping out of the airplane. Even then, it might be in doubt. Anyway, you can see the weather's quite different. It was beautiful in Tampa this morning, or this afternoon. I keep forgetting. It's 4:16 p.m. But it was beautiful. Clear skies. Gorgeous. I can't say the same about Huntsville, although it's not bad. I mean, it's 50 degrees and partly cloudy. Right now, the weather is showing 68 and cloudy in Tampa, but maybe it is now, but it wasn't when I took off. Okay, Betty says the nearest altimeter is 2969er. Let's see. 2977. Okay, that's within the standard deviation that I'll accept. We'll start slowing here because we're at 17,000 feet, and you know the speed limit below 10,000. 58 miles out. And we're at 16,600 feet, so we've actually shallow out our descent rate a little bit. But we got to wait for further descent instructions, which we should receive momentarily. Huntsville, the second largest city in Alabama. The second largest city in Alabama, with 221,000 people. There it is. Down to 10,000, says Cessna Tree Whiskey.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
Anyway, yes, second largest city in Alabama, and the airport. I was intrigued. You know, people, my friends or family sometimes say, "What do you do?" Hold on.
Descend and maintain 2,500 feet. Expect ILS runway 18 right approach via J6 transition.
Go down to 2,500.
Descend and maintain 2,500 feet. Expect ILS runway 18 right approach via J6 transition. Cleared to J6 Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
Anyway, it's funny they mentioned runway 18 right, which is where we're landing. ILS runway 18 right. My friends or whatever say, "What do you do during your flights? Isn't that boring?" And I'm like, "No, it's not boring. I do research on my destination." which I did in this case. And yeah, did you know that runway 18 right is the second longest runway in the American Southeast? Outdone only by Miami. So, needless to say, I like long runways. It's 12,600 feet long. Can you believe that? 12,600 foot long runway. That's great. Takes a lot of the heat off. Looks like there's planes everywhere. Actually, there really aren't, but there's 3 of us.
Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey have the traffic.
I do? Collision alert. I don't have shit. Now I'm about to go IMC. Oh boy. Here we go.
120 decimal
Gotta keep
for
slowing,
Cessna
I
Tree
forgot.
Bravo Whiskey.
Come on, dude, please.
Memphis Center Cessna November Tree 4 Tree Bravo Whiskey is at
There's the ice.
12,700
Didn't take
feet,
long.
descending 2,500 feet.
Cessna November Tree 4 Tree Bravo Whiskey Memphis Center. Continue to J6 as planned. Altimeter 29.71. Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey traffic is 1 o'clock, 2 miles at 11,200 feet generic.
Holy shit, we're right on top of him. I'm gonna have to go outside because he's below us.
Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey contact Huntsville.
Oh, there he is. Oh my god! What is he, my twin?
Traffic in sight.
That's hilarious. Wow, this was such a nice, quiet flight.
Center Endeavor 5080 is at 11,200 feet.
It's really a quiet flight.
500 feet. Endeavor 5080 Memphis Center. Continue to J6 as planned.
It's been a quiet flight.
29.71.
And now, all of a sudden, it's, what? What is this?
5080 traffic is 6
1,
o'clock,
2,
2 miles
3,
at
4.
10,700
How many
feet.
planes are landing in Huntsville? Are people following me?
Endeavor 5080 contact Huntsville approach on 118.75.
I'm starting to wonder, am I getting stalkers on YouTube who are following me? Of course, how could they know that I was going to Huntsville?
Endeavor 5080.
That doesn't seem plausible. Probably the last guess somebody would have, that I was going to Huntsville. Shallow water descent right now. 37 miles out, or well, actually we're 37 miles left on the route. Just so you know, this is how we're flying. North, make a big U-turn. Getek and Fecker, those are our 2 waypoints for our final approach. Getek, we want to be...
321 traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles at 9,000 feet Cessna C700.
That's me.
Report them in sight.
2,500 at Getek. Okay, we're IMC now. Keep slowing. How can they report me in sight? It's cloudy.
Generic tree 21 traffic in sight.
Oh boy, this goddamn thing drives me goddamn batshit crazy.
Landing
Use
gear.
our speed brake
Landing
here as we
gear.
begin to
Landing gear.
slow.
Landing gear.
Set it at
Landing
190.
gear. Landing gear.
Get that
Landing
speed brake
gear.
going.
Landing gear.
Help us
Landing
slow
gear.
down.
Landing gear.
There we go.
Landing gear.
Well, there's every possibility that we're going to be doing a final approach with another plane. And I don't know if they're going to be going to the same runway as we, but you know my new rules are to ignore any go-around orders. We're at 7,400 feet right now. There's still 30 miles to go, so on this route. So I'm shallowing out our descent rate dramatically because I can. Get those landing lights on. I like exploring these smaller airports. You know, everybody's always falling all over themselves to go, do barrel rolls around the Eiffel Tower and so on and so forth. And hey, whatever floats your boat, man. I kind of like going to these outposts. And I don't mean that. I mean that only charitably. These places that aren't probably real likely to be visited by anybody but those who live in the area. I don't live near Huntsville, Alabama. I've never been to Alabama. But it's fun to go there in the sim, right? 28 miles out. Still descending to 2,500. No coincidence that it's 2,500. Getek on the published approach plate right here. The FAA says 2,500 at Getek, and then the distance between Getek and Fecker is 2.5 nautical miles. The distance between Fecker and the airport is 4.5 nautical miles. So, not a long final. Not a long final. 7 miles. $26 miles out and 69.10, which is perfect. Minimums, I already put them in, and along with the, we do have ILS information, by the way. IHSV, India, Hotel, Sierra, Victor. That's good to know. Anyway, we entered our minimums already, which are 829. Ooh, maybe I actually didn't. Baro. Okay, barometric minimums are 829, so that's entered now. So as per usual, when we get to the top of this arc, we'll switch from our nav sources FMS to our nav sources nav1. And then we'll switch over to APPR, and it's going to be a short final though. We don't have a lot of room to screw around. It's just 6 miles. That's a short final. Can't see anything. Lousy. Lousy weather. Wow. Oh. Did I speak too soon? I think we're just on the cusp of breaking out. Turn off our bank limiter before we start that big left U-turn, and we'll slow down to 185. Let that catch up. Then we'll go to 180 and we'll do a notch of flaps.
Endeavor 471 contact Atlanta Center on 133.8. Southwest tree 9005 contact Memphis Center on 126.75.
Flaps now, 1 notch. Also see that here.
For Endeavor 4713.
1.
Going to 126.75 Southwest tree 9005.
We're at 6,400 feet, 21 miles out. Airport elevation is 629, so that's perfect. Approach course 185. I'm going to play this conservative just because it's such a short final. Altimeter's down to 2965. Still IMC. Still IMC. I'm so...
Delta 856 contact Atlanta Center on 133.8.
When we're going to break through this. I do see preliminary ILS information coming through here, showing we're above the glide slope, which you'd expect because look, here's the airport, here's us. So as we continue to go that way, we'll approach the glide slope, then dip beneath it. All right, now I got ground in sight now. Not great, but I do see some.
Sierra Papa contact Atlanta Center on 134.05.
Looking good though. Everything's going well. Get the lights up in the cockpit though. These clouds. A little cloudy, so it's darker. And it's 4:27 in the afternoon in Huntsville. You see the glide slope indicator is coming up now, just as I mentioned.
134.05, generic 3 Sierra Papa.
That's exactly what we want to be happening.
Going to 133.8 Delta 1221.
Okay, right now we're flying under the glide slope. Or just about to be. which is what we want, because it's much easier to intercept a glide slope with an ILS when you're approaching it from beneath rather than trying to chase it from above, if that makes sense. Okay, we're in the midst of this big left turn, you see? Get up here, at the top of this arc, we'll let the ILS controls take over.
Generic 478, contact Memphis Center on
Looks-
126.75.
It looks partly cloudy and 50 degrees. I mean, that's how it looks. Man, I'm jealous. It's 88 degrees in my backyard right now. Can you imagine?
126.75, generic 478.
On January 15th. I hate it. I'll be honest. Okay, we got our landing lights are on. Might as well depressurize while I'm thinking about it. 4,000 feet. One thing to be on guard for is that if we haven't yet intercepted the localizer and established ourselves on the glide slope, when we get to 2,500 feet, which is what we've selected here as our altitude selector, we're at 3940, it will just stop descending at 2,500 feet, which can, you know, if you're not paying attention, you'd be like, wait, what's happening? Why aren't I descending anymore? Now, if we have intercepted the glide slope and localizer, then we will have already switched over to APPR and it'll be a non-issue. But still something to keep in mind. I do my best anyway, not always with success, but my best to try to anticipate problems before they present themselves. The lice on the wings there, you see? But we have our anti-icing equipment on, so we're good. Just monitoring this white diamond right here to let me know if I'm too high or too low, and I'm neither right now, but I do know that I'm beneath the glide slope, which is exactly what I want. What I know is that I need to be at 2,500 at GETEC, G-E-T-E-C, and I shall be. Okay, we're at the top of the arc. We're going to switch over to nav 1 on our nav source, and then we'll switch over to APPR.
Memphis Center, generic November 516 Kilo Sierra is climbing through 7,200 feet for 10,000.
Looking really good.
Generic 3 Charlie Alpha, contact Memphis Center on 126.75. Generic
Look at
November
all that
516
red that
Kilo
is.
Sierra, Memphis Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.68.
Just barely saw the rabbit. So this green diamond's continuing to drop. If you watch closely, as it continues to drop, it's representing how close we are to the glide slope. It's heading down because we're getting closer to it. It's like a slide at a playground. We're flying from underneath that slide in order to jump onto the slide, which will take us down the slide right to the airport's, the runway's front door. Okay, time to put our gear down and do another notch of flaps. Let's go outside for that. It's always fun. Not much to see with all the clouds, but trust your instruments. Trust your instruments.
Zero Hotel, you are 59 miles west. Descend and maintain 2,700 feet. Expect vectors, visual runway.
Got it.
Approach.
Just grab the glide slope. Right then and there, on schedule. Beautiful. So we're on the glide slope, even though we're not really aligned with the air. We haven't really finished that left turn yet. Headed to GETEC right now for that left turn. But it's an interesting commentary on shorter approaches. 6-mile approaches gives you less maneuvering room for error. On the ground in about 4 minutes, 10 seconds. Now, just because you've established yourself on the glide slope doesn't mean you're going to stay there. I'd like to say that you would, but you need to keep an eye on it. See, right now, even though it shows that we're still on the glide slope, it's also showing us a little bit lower, acceptable. I mean, we're within the acceptable range, but my point is you just want to keep tabs on it. Because I've had it lose the glide slope before. There's the airport. Now we should expect a big left turn here. There it is. Okay, very good. Slow to approach speed. That's our runway. 18 right. See? Other than bringing us in a little bit lower than I like, it's actually handled this great. No Vossies or Poppies are visible to me. Airspeed's good, 151. Still bringing us in lower than I'd like to be. Again, not dangerously so, but... Outer marker. Full flaps. Beautiful. Correcting, bring us a little left. Need to be a little left. Disconnect the auto throttle. Calibrate it. Airspeed's good, 149. Not quite aligned. Get the 500 call out any second here.
500.
Autopilot.
500. Autopilot.
I have the airplane. Zoom in on the MFD here real quick. So I have an airport map. Looks good. Airspeed's good. Glide slope's good. Crosswind, 16 knots from the right, from the west. Inner marker indicator, 18 right confirmed. I'll take that. Whoa! Jesus. The hell was that? Jeez, I was happy with that. Then again, oh, it's the wind. It's the wind. It's the 16-knot wind blowing directly at us from the right. Oh my God, I need to use full left rudder. It's that strong, you guys. Whoa, man, that was scary. I really should have had that right wing dipped on final, because if I can try to explain that, basically we landed, but the winds were coming from the right at a stiff enough breeze to kind of not, obviously it didn't flip the airplane, but you know, it was wobbly. That was actually kind of cool to see it modeled like that. All right, am I going to get any help from ATC here? Tune Huntsville ground. Parking.
Huntsville ground Cessna November 343 Bravo Whiskey taxi to parking.
Putting in spoilers.
Cessna November 343 Bravo Whiskey taxi.
Putting in the flaps.
General aviation parking using taxiway Alpha.
Taxi proceeding to general aviation.
Getting dark fast.
Using taxiway Alpha Cessna Tree
Landing
Bravo
lights are off,
Whiskey.
taxi lights on, pulse lights off. All right, let's go. Let's get to parking. Yeah, that was. I was really happy with the actual touchdown, but the rollout, you saw the plane kind of lifted a little bit from the right, and that was all the crosswind. Gave me a little bit of heartburn when that happened, but we're safe here in Huntsville, and that's what matters. On what was otherwise a very nice, pleasant approach. Stop that timer while I'm thinking about it. 1 hour, 23 minutes. Yeah, I was figuring 80 minutes. Welcome to Huntsville. Local time, 4:39 p.m. Short little taxi here. It looks like we got a kilometer. Ah, this is fun. I love this game. Truly, I do. Don't know where I'm going to go next. After Huntsville. But it's a 3-day weekend. So there may be multiple flights in the immediate future. See on the MFD, this shows where we are. I'm very reliant on that for situational awareness, although it's less important when weather's decent like this. I mean, I got good visibility. There's the terminal. And also on this, in terms of keeping my alignment, that little white airplane right there, that represents your front tire. So if you see outside, we're right on the money. See? All right, let's get parked. Come on. Parking's right over here. Tell you, I learned something new in this game every time I play it. Love it. Lousy weather though. Well, actually, I shouldn't say it's lousy. I wish it were like this here. It's actually unpleasant outside right now. Okay, there's our parking space. Think we're getting, yes, good, we've got flashlight help today. Not that I need flashlights, but that means that there's parking help too, as opposed to me just ballparking it. This is going to be a tricky U-turn though. Cool to see the planes at the jetway. Come on, toe brakes. Come on, toe brakes! Jesus. Come on. Work with me. There we go. Okay, there's our guy. Zoom in here. Got it. All right. That's great. All right, parking brake.
Huntsville ground service EOS integrals 55 requesting pushback.
Oh, is this guy gonna get pushed back right into me? Oh, there! Look, he's leaving. That's cool. That's somebody. That's another simmer. Going somewhere in that twin engine. So that's cool because he can see me now too. Nice. I love it.
Huntsville ground service EOS integrals 55 requesting
All right.
the end of pushback.
Let's go ahead and
Service EOS integrals 55
the lights
requesting
taken care of, and
pushback
let's
received.
wrap this up. Turn off our anti-icing equipment.
Huntsville ground service EOS
Timer's been addressed.
Signal ready to taxi IFR.
Kill that right engine.
To Gross 55 taxi to and hold short of runway 18 right via taxiway Alpha.
That guy's getting...
Contact tower.
Oh, listen, here's engines.
Decimal 6 when ready.
Oh, he started up. That's cool. Wonder where he's going. He might have said it, but I missed it.
Taxiing hold short runway 18 right via taxiway Alpha Servicios into Gross 55.
That's cool. Kind of makes me miss the TBM. All right. That's it. Let's kill that left engine. Go to the logbook screen. And that's that. Hour and 20 minutes. 40 seconds. From KTPA to KHSV. Land at 4:27 p.m. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us on our flight, or landing anyway, at Huntsville, Alabama. Have a good one.